Hello, everybody. Today is our second ever year in review episode. We're gonna try to make this a little tradition and film a year in review episode at the end of every year, just so that you guys can get to know us a little better and what we do behind the scenes. Because it's more than just whoever's on camera. There's the camera people, there's the people editing, there's the people doing admin and social media. And it used to just be like Rebecca and John doing all of those things at once, and I would just turn up and talk, but now it's not that anymore. Okay, so we'll just introduce ourselves and then we'll get talking. So Max, did you want to start?
Sure. Hello, I'm Meg. I'm 18. Well, I'll be turning 19 when this goes up. I was the admin and HR coordinator for the Socially Awkward podcast. So what I do is basically find guests who have unique stories to share on our podcast, and I'll get into contact with them and kind of find out a little bit more about their journey, and then schedule meetings and recording sessions. So yeah, quite a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yay!
Okay, Kyle.
I'm Kyle. I'm 15. I'll still be 15 when this comes out. And yeah, I'm a videographer for the podcast. That means I set up tripods, edit, just do whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, we're recording this remotely because of safe distancing measures. So Kyle and Magdalene are at my house. So if the audio quality or if you're watching video looks a little funky, it's like, oh, okay, they're not really looking at the camera, then that's why. Okay, so my name's Emma. I will be... How old will I be? I'll still be 18 when this episode comes out. But, yeah, I host for the podcast. I write. And I help to edit whatever needs editing. Also, by the way, we do offer podcast editing services. So if you like what you hear, you could help fund us by having us edit your podcast for you. And we charge very low prices, like way below market prices. So please hire us. Okay, back to you, Rebecca.
Oh my gosh, we're doing reporter type beat stuff. Okay, I'm Rebecca. I will still be 18 when this is released because we're releasing it in January. So yes. What I do, I am the main producer now that John's gone. Editing audio, editing some videos. Making sure everyone's running and things are moving. Yeah. Kaylee.
I'm Kaylee. I mainly host and write because I can't do anything else. And I'm 17.
Awesome. So that's our introductions. Why don't we talk about how we...
There's a little cutout of the camera.
Oh yeah, you gotta lean in a little, Kyle.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're getting real close and personal today.
Yeah, so let's talk about how we met each other and how we got into this whole thing. That was a bad question.
Okay.
Wait, I'll rephrase. So let's just share how we know each other, because we got to know each other at different points in our life, and we all joined the podcast at different times. So Meg, do you want to go first?
Sure. So I joined the podcast team at the end of 2020. So during that time, I was kind of managing the Homeschool Singapore and Homeschool Alumni website. And I saw an article on the Socially Awkward podcast, and me being a bit kaypoh, I went to click on it. And I saw that you guys needed an admin team person as well as a host. So I kind of texted John. I was like, oh, I saw this. I'm kind of interested in joining the team. And then, yeah, that's how I joined the Socially Awkward podcast team. In terms of meeting people, I think I've known Rebecca for the longest out of all the people here. Yeah, and then for Emma and Kaylee, I kind of met you guys in the sports group that we both joined. And then for Kyle, it was through the podcast team.
Today.
Yeah, today.
Oh my gosh, wait, what?
Yeah, it's the first time I'm seeing him.
Wow.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so weird. Oh, I didn't realize that. I should have probably been keeping track of that. But COVID things.
Yep.
Okay, what about you, Kyle? I think you probably met me or Kaylee first, right?
I met you first in Floorball 2019.
Uh-huh.
And then what else? Then John texted me on Instagram and said, "Hey, do you want to be a videographer for the podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah." A few months later, we recorded episodes.
And then here we are. Yeah, I remember like Kyle, because after floorball, like a bunch of the kids, when it was still safe to, would just go out to McDonald's and grab lunch. And then like
It's always
I didn't know what to talk to
McDonald's.
Kyle about.
I love
So I was like,
McDonald's.
"Oh, have you seen any movies recently?" And that was just like the right subject to like talk to him about, because we just talked about movies for the next hour. And I was like, this guy likes movies.
Profound.
I know, right? And then I was like, okay, in my head, I was like, maybe we can get this guy to like do a little bit of video editing, because he would write his own scripts and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for me, I guess I'll go next, since we're doing my side of the room, which is at my house. I'm so not awkward at this. It's been so long since I've been in front of the camera. It's been like 2 months. It's a little bit weird. But I got onto this show because of John one day after another floorball practice, where it was like there's like an east side of Singapore and a west side of Singapore. So I joined the west side of Singapore, even though it's opposite, like it's like on the opposite end of the island from where I live, because I was friends with John. And I was like, okay, I'll join the sports thing with you. I think I've told this story before.
Yes.
But yeah, for the people who don't
Just
know,
go to last year's team recap.
yeah, just go to last year's team episode. That's how I joined. Basically, I was like not thinking straight, and John was like, "Hey, you want to join the podcast?" And I was like, "Sure." And I was like, "What do you want me to do?" And he was like, "You can host." And I was like, "Aight." And 2 years later, here I am, still doing this. Yeah. What about you, Rebecca? I know it's like a similar situation because you also shared this before.
Yeah, so I was like hanging the clothes, and John was like, "Emma's doing the podcast. Why don't you join?" I was like, "Emma? Wow, Emma's so cool. I want to be friends with Emma, so I will join the podcast so that I can get to know Emma better." And fair enough, I did get to know Emma better, like, too well.
Now she knows all the worst parts of me.
Yeah, but I met Meg a long time ago. I think. Yeah. And then I met Carl through the podcast. Wait, was homeschool convention before or after?
Yeah, that was before, I think.
Before. So I met you at like the homeschool convention, because I reached out to you. I was like, "Do you want to speak?" And Carl was like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I was like,
Basically.
"Cool." And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, Carl's joining the podcast. That's so cool, because I get to know Carl better now. So that's pretty dope." And then I met Kaylee through the podcast. So I gotta make a new friend.
Yay.
Yay.
Yay. Not unenthusiastic. Anyway.
Yeah. So how did you join?
Can I say Auntie Dawn?
Yeah.
Okay. Auntie Dawn, she was, because we have this like history class to get, or like she was teaching a history class. Then she was like, "There's this podcast thing that you might want to do," or yeah. And then I just joined because I'm okay with writing and speaking, and it's a good skill to have. And John was like, "Oh, it's gonna look good on your portfolio and everything." So I was like, okay.
Lit.
Yeah.
I think.
And then, yeah, so basically everybody joined to make friends.
Yep.
Except for Mags. She came because she had a skill.
Basically.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So any funny stories? I don't know. I feel like there aren't really any like funny stories or weird stories. All things considered, we're pretty regular.
Yeah, we're
What?
normal.
Yeah.
What's
Awkward.
that supposed to mean? What by
Oh,
we're pretty
okay, never
regular?
mind.
I
Why don't you
think
care
we're
to
pretty
share?
fun. Honestly, I mean, every time we film something, there are definitely like moments where people are laughing. Like, I think we've gotten comfortable enough that we know how to make the guests. Well, I hope we know how to make like the guests feel comfortable and things on set are like chillish. And like, you know, the behind the scenes where like when the camera's not recording, when the mic's not recording, they're like chit chat. I think the chit chat before the episode starts is always like the most fun, because
Yeah.
we can talk about like anything, like animals, people being cancelled, deep stuff.
Actually, some of this is like recorded because the stuff will just be running. So
yeah, we just don't release
like-
it because it could be controversial.
Yeah, it's like the lost files of the socially awkward podcast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have like a episode that you really like to fill? Or like, yeah.
I liked the one where we went to Faith's house and we did all the taste test ones because I was really excited that the spicy noodles would get you guys, but it didn't get you guys.
It didn't get Faith either. I was like,
Yeah, it was like, wow, come on.
yeah, like we gave them the entire packet, right?
Yeah. And then no, we gave them like a bit and then Emma was like, can I finish it?
And she did. And she finished it. Which was like
What
absolutely
can I say?
insane.
I love spicy
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I love spicy food.
That's
Good
great
for you. Good
because
for
I
you.
can't even eat a whole packet. I'm like I can only take like half a packet of sauce, and I'm like dying already. So like hats off to you and
Okay.
Faith.
So now I know who to prank.
Oh no! Watch out,
You just
Rebecca.
Noodles.
Watch out, Rebecca.
You know what? I'm gonna be like behind the camera like a lot more from now on. So
No chance.
yeah, no chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really fun episode. It was like kind of chaotic, but the same like I think cause the time frame that we were given was quite short. So we're like, okay guys, we're gonna like film this by then, and then we're gonna like shoot the other video like while we're waiting for the cakes to bake.
Was that the one that some cameras died or?
Yes, and some cameras died, so we had to like borrow some Mark's camera. So like camera quality was like slightly different, but
I don't think anybody noticed.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it turned
well,
out well.
now you know.
That's just,
you
like,
can go
behind the
back,
scenes
give us a
things.
couple more views, and look at it and try to see
Please.
which was Mark's camera and
Yeah.
which was ours. But it was a pretty fun episode. Like I remember like the camera was in the storeroom, and I had to climb like below.
Oh, yeah.
I had to go below like the camera tripod.
Yeah, I just remember Rebecca sitting like right next to this huge thing of flour and being like, "You guys need to move in a little. Oh, speak up a little." I was like, "Okay."
Okay, pantry lady.
Pantry lady.
So yeah, it was
Pantry ghost.
it was a very fun episode. Yeah, I think cooking episodes are always
Yeah.
fun.
Mhm.
We're gonna have another cooking
Definitely.
one.
They're fun because there's just so much that can go wrong.
Yeah. Exactly. How about you guys? What were like some fun episodes, fun moments?
Fun moments. Kyle, do you have any?
I think for me it would also be Faith's episode because that was a fun day, and the tomato cake actually turned out well.
I keep telling you.
Like, it's great. Anyway, but yeah, and editing that was also pretty memorable, I would say. The taste testing video, I went to John's place because I was using his Premiere Pro at the time, and yeah, I sat there for like 9 hours or something.
What?
Long-term house guest.
Yeah, I did it though.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Not with not even his own equipment. So mad props to you, because like Kyle's usually a Mac user, right?
Yeah,
So
but now I have Premiere Pro, so. I'm all
Well, now he's fluent in Mac and Windows Premiere Pro, so you know what? Double the
Damn,
intelligence.
yeah,
you can go work anywhere now.
guess so.
Oh yeah. So if you haven't seen it, I think it's called "Mommy Said Don't Talk to Strangers Online."
Yeah.
With Faith. And basically what we did was we talked about internet friends and making friends online. Yeah. I actually had a friend who was like, every time because he listens to podcasts while playing Minecraft.
Oh.
So he was like, every time I'm farming in the nether, I think of you because I listened to like 3 of your episodes while farming in Minecraft.
Shout out to that dude. Thank you for listening.
Shout out to
Yeah.
you, Jeremy. What about you, Max? Like, mostly you're off. Is there an episode that you enjoy planning for more?
I think for me it will be the perspective of listening to the episodes, and I enjoyed like all of the episodes that I've listened to, but the one that stood out was episode 21. I think it was the episode that Priscilla guested on, and she talked about overcoming performance anxiety, and I really resonated with that because when I was younger and learning the piano, my teacher would organize a lot of performances, and I would always get very nervous and anxious before performing, and I always thought that, oh, that means you have no confidence in yourself, or like, you already practice so much, why are you still like afraid of making mistakes? And I think what she said really stood out to me. It was, if you are nervous or anxious before performing, that means that you care about your performance and like giving your best when you're on stage. Yeah, so I think that was an episode that really clicked with me.
Honestly, same. Like, I think Priscilla's was probably the most fun because I feel like there was a lot of, like, for me at least, it was like, I didn't film so many episodes this year, but I think Priscilla's was definitely one of my favorite because, like, it's a little bit more of a mature topic, but I enjoyed it because I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about, and usually when you talk about like the sort of anxiety sphere, it's like in relation to school or whatever, but we don't really talk so much about like performance anxiety where it's directly related to one particular thing as much. Or at least that's what I've noticed on social media anyway. And I just thought it was an important episode that more people resonated with than I expected. Yeah.
And I think people sometimes don't talk about how like creatives feel anxious as well. I mean, there's a certain level, like everyone can get anxious in like different like things, but there's a lot of like pressure to perform, not just academically but like creatively, because I think creativity and stuff is like very subjective, and when you put out something that you've made or like prepared for a long time, and it involves like a lot of your hard work and even like your own expression of like yourself, and you have that for people to judge, that's a big thing because, you know, in a way they're kind of judging yourself, like they're judging you as well. So I think it's very relatable for a lot of creative people out there, and I related to it a lot. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah. What about you guys? Wait, have you like had your chance to
Yeah.
say what you enjoyed?
We talked about
did.
faiths. Yeah.
Did you?
Kaylee,
Yeah, faiths, right?
I don't know, like, again, I feel like this might be very cliche, but I really like every episode that we do. Not because
You said that last year as well.
I said
Rebecca.
that last year. I said that last year. I remember. But I think it's because I've seen like the amount of effort that everyone has put into it that I can't help but like, yeah, we did well with this episode. And I think because of the standards that we hold ourselves to, that we really want to like put out things that we personally think are good. So I wouldn't like put out something that I think is not good or not beneficial for someone out there. So that's why I think every episode that we put out is good. I'm just saying every episode that we put out is good. But I think another
Hire
one
us,
that
please.
I really enjoyed, I think, can you see our heads like getting cut in half? It's like a little glitch, and then our heads get cut.
Yeah, you guys like zoomed in for a second and then you zoomed back out.
Really?
It was super weird.
If I go
Yeah.
up and down,
It's like the frame. Oh yeah, Rebecca, how do you want me to send you the video?
Just like send it.
Just
Just send it.
Nice.
Yeah, I probably should move in.
printer noises.
Oh, we gotta take pictures later.
Yes, we do.
Oh
do.
no!
We gotta take it against that white wall
Yay!
that I will make even
We
whiter.
were thinking against a
Oh, and we need like behind the scenes as well.
Yeah.
So we can just sit here. And, you know what I didn't do? I didn't download that Canon app. If I downloaded the Canon app, I could just like. But I didn't. That's my bad. That's all.
Why your legs not getting like
I sit in a lot of weird positions. I don't know if you've
Flexible.
noticed
Still making
from the
noises.
podcast. But
Printer's
like
done making
I'll sit with like my knee up, which is a bad habit. I'll sit. Oh no, this hair tie is
disintegrating.
disintegrating.
Brenda's trying
I
to
just
steal my spotlight on the podcast. Okay, I will continue
Printo,
with my
go
train of
grr.
thought. So
Rebecca go grr.
as as I said, you know, I love every episode, and I think, yeah, like because of the amount of work that we put in, blah 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 blah. I like it. But I think one that personally really resonated with me was, I think, Natasha's one. I think it really brought to the table a different perspective on creativity because I don't know, maybe it's this whole like, creatives are misunderstood and there are other people working behind the scenes. And I think especially at the podcast when you're working behind the scenes and doing things like manning the cameras and editing and doing admin, reaching out to guests, making sure that everyone knows where and when to turn up and what to bring. I think it's such an important role, and I think it was great that she was able to share about her experience of, I think, being in a very creative space and how like the homeschool community is pretty dominated by creative individuals, I think. And what we think is stereotypically creative and how,
Yeah.
making sure that your email draft is nice and concise requires creativity. And so I think that was great because I know
Yeah, it's-
I know people that would really resonate with this. Yeah.
I mean, like, I definitely resonated with it. I think, like, especially for us as people who have sort of been working with or in the media industry, not really industry, but like the layman's industry. I don't know what to call it, but like the slightly an amateur industry. Like, you don't really think about what it's like to work with creatives. You don't think about the creativity it needs to not only be able to understand the person who's executing, but the person who's requesting a product as well. And I think like that kind of translation work is just very overlooked. Like, these are the people who are like people like Max, silently holding the team together and receiving very little thanks for it.
That's it.
Don't know what happened. Did you complete a thought or did we just...
I think I did not complete a thought. I did not complete a thought.
Just 10 seconds of us smiling.
It's for the
Do you guys
thumbnail.
remember where I last talked till?
You talked about Natasha and like creative is email writing and how you appreciated that perspective.
Yeah, then you're talking about media scene, and then I responded, right?
I think that's when the camera cut.
Okay. We'll just move on to the next question then.
Let's just move on to the next question.
Okay. Okay, why do you guys share how long you've been with the podcast? Because everyone joined at different times. Besides like Emma and I.
Yeah.
When did you join, Kaylee?
In the middle of 2020, maybe?
In the middle of 2020?
June? July?
Oh.
Ish.
Then when did you like start coming on set? Because I knew there was like a time where we had like so many people, like because of restrictions and like the amount of people that needed to be there. So it's like Kaylee was supposed to like shadow Emma for a while before starting like doing her own episodes. But because of like restrictions, that was like pushed back. So that's why I didn't see a lot of you for like a while.
Yeah.
Even though you were on the
Yeah,
team.
there was like a 2 or 3 month period.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
me and Rebecca were like, how do we teach Kaylee? Because a lot of being on camera is just like practice. Like there is really, apart from like learning, I don't know, improv, I guess, to help you be more quick in your responses. But even that, a lot of it is just down to practice.
Yeah.
And like you can't really practice when you're not with us. I mean, like you can, but it's just like that much harder
Yeah.
because there's no live feedback. There's, yeah.
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 How about you, Meg?
I think
Oh, sorry, Kyle.
I think the first episode I remember Kaylee being on was actually here when Zoe
Oh, yes, yeah.
Oh.
So
did the short with the painting and we just sat around.
and you were supposed to do like
For
paparazzi
hours.
stuff.
It was like April.
What?
Was that?
That was April?
That was a long time ago. Wow.
April to May-ish.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I thought your first appearance was on Faith.
No.
That was
Oh,
first appearance,
yeah,
but
but-
that was like Kaylee's first time on set. Right?
Oh.
And that was kind of like our
Yeah.
first video without John.
That was kind of funny though.
Yeah.
It was.
There was a lot
A
that...
lot of milestones.
Stuff the mic. microphone on the toothbrush.
Oh
His
yes.
microphone on the toothbrush.
Yeah.
Because, like, we just didn't know where to put it.
And John had what, like 3 days to edit it?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
How did he do
I-
that? What a mad lad.
I don't know.
I know, right?
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Like, I know I chose the production life, but I also low-key kind of hate it. Like, I love it, but I also hate it.
Yeah, man.
Mm. And then Kyle, when did you join?
I would say March, April. I don't really remember, but I think Zoe's podcast episode in the studio was my first time on set.
Mm. Yeah.
That was the day where we had like a lot of Wi-Fi connection issues
Oh.
with the backlights or something.
Oh.
And it took like 45 minutes to get it fixed or
Yeah.
something.
Oh yeah, it kept
Yeah.
like falling down, right? Because
And that too,
we had
yeah.
to like balance it because it's like a stick and like a rectangle, and then the rectangle can like there's like a joint, so it's basically like a L shape, and it has to like lean against like the couch.
Yeah.
And it kept falling, and there was like a blue blue cellophane paper that would make the lights blue, because we wanted that vibe, and we didn't have blue lights, so that's what we did, and it kept falling down. But hey, now we don't have the issue because we have colored lights. Yay!
We still have the cellophane, though.
And we still do
Yeah.
have the cellophane. It's like one big
Yeah.
roll in my house.
Yeah.
And then Mags, how long have you
Oh no,
been?
no,
Okay. Whoops.
As of like the recording is about a year. I joined the end of 2020. I remember
No.
going out for like a team bonding with you guys. And like we took pictures and stuff. I think it was November, December.
Oh,
Yeah.
They just left the call.
Discord. Okay. We're back, sorry. You want to move it this way? We're like not centered. Okay. Who was talking?
Magdalene, she was talking about when she joined.
Okay, do I say again?
I think you mentioned it already. You were around for the team photos.
Yeah.
Like,
It was end
Oh
20.
yes.
yeah, in 2020.
That was like the first
So, like,
time
right before Kyle
we
and
kind
Kaylee.
of
Yeah.
got together and like restrictions allowed us to do so. Can't even happen now.
It was when, like, Ben left as well for NS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was that transition period.
Yeah. So for those of you wondering, John is still part of the team, but he's a lot more hands off now because he's studying in college in the United States. So
He's getting an education.
he's getting that education.
Yeah.
He's getting that educational bread. Wait.
and like
Yeah.
he's studying media, so makes sense.
Mm-hmm. And he's learning tumbling as well.
What?
Like gymnastics,
Oh.
Yeah.
which was like
What?
the weirdest thing.
Wait,
I
no,
was like,
not
I never saw
gymnastics.
that
I
coming.
felt it was more like cheerleading, no? Because he's
Tumbling.
like a
Yeah, yeah.
squatter. Whatever that's
About
spotter.
to get dummy thick.
I don't know if it's squatter or spotter, but like he's the person at the bottom of
spotter.
like the.
Yeah, no, but like that's in like tumbling, I think.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's doing tumbling, so it
know.
makes sense.
I got the date that I joined
I
wrong.
don't know.
Because I thought
don't
this
know.
year was 2020, but actually this year's 2021.
Okay, Kaylee meant 2021, but yeah,
Yeah.
I think we all kind of
Dude,
like.
the years, I don't know. I'm still stuck in 2020 frame of mind.
I keep
Yeah.
thinking that
Yeah.
2019 was last year.
What? Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Like that.
Because
Oh,
2019
yes.
does not feel like 2 years away from 2021.
Yeah.
You know?
The more you think about it, the more it's like, wow, I haven't seen a lot of people in the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's kind of sad.
They're all not here.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Bless you, Rebecca.
that 4?
I'm okay now. It's okay. It was just a breeze and then it tickled my nose.
And then it was just like, phew.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's not like super hot filming today.
Yeah, it's not because we're not all the way back there. And there's
Yeah.
only one light. I kind of like the setup,
Yeah.
but there's only one camera.
Oh.
Okay. So why don't you guys share, like, besides the podcast, what you're up to now? Because if I was a person listening and I didn't know you guys, especially like Carl and Meg, who are on the podcast for the first time, like showing your face. I mean, us hearing your voices. So why don't you let us know like what you've been up to? What do you like to do besides the podcast?
If you even enjoyed
If
doing
you
the
even
podcast,
enjoyed doing the
Jeez, I'm so sorry.
For me, I don't know. I've just been doing school, I guess. Writing a little. I've been editing film projects, but I don't know, I kind of forgot about it. And then, yeah. I'm vice president for my Model United Nations Club, HSMON. So I guess that's busy. Yeah.
What about you, Megs, Miss Professional, technically working professional?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of in the transition between high school and uni. So this is kind of like my gap year-ish. Yeah, so I'm doing a few things. I'm interning with Youth Corps. So it's quite a bit of admin things, and as well as learning about counseling and also creating programs for like kids. Yeah, and then I'm also teaching piano as a kind of side thing to kind of stay in touch with playing the piano. Yeah, because I think teaching kind of gives you a different perspective on the instrument. Yeah, and it also grows you in different ways. And if it weren't for COVID, I'll be playing netball. So that's kind of taken a backstage now because of the restrictions. But yeah, I play netball with the Singapore Netball Club. Yeah.
Wow.
So we have an intellect and an athlete,
No.
both of whom
not that
are
professional.
like artists in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
What about you, Kaylee?
I've just been doing school. Grade 11, hopefully my last year. And then I'm going to hopefully I get in poly. I don't know what I want to study, which is yeah. Anyway, I mainly take care of my birds, and school, and try to not go broke.
No, Kasu. It's so hard.
It's really difficult.
Like food is like at least $4 or $5 now.
Yeah, I realized the thing that actually wipes out my my allowance is usually food, because you just go like, oh, let's eat this, and then it's like 2 meals and it's gone.
Wait, are you on like do you have like concession for like public transport? Like bus
Like a student card?
Yeah.
I have a student card.
Okay, that's nice because I do not have a student card.
No, the reason I have it is because
I
my
have a
dad
student
was
card
like,
forever.
my dad asked for it, and then he was in this whole like email exchange with the person who was supposed to be like giving it, and apparently they had this committee, but then the committee doesn't exist, and they somehow accidentally sent that email to my dad, and he was like, "Ha, you don't actually have a committee. Give my daughter a card."
Oh my god. So we exposed them. We were just like, they don't have a committee.
Yeah,
just give us a card.
it was very interesting. And then, no, and then he was like, "Oh, but we sing the national anthem every year." No.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because like transport is like so much.
Yeah, it's like you're just trying to fleece us because we don't go to your school.
Yeah. And like if you were a primary school student and you didn't apply for like primary school concession card, you would be paying an adult fare, which is like not fair because you're a kid. And you're not supposed to cost so much, and your parents are crying because you're just sucking all the money out of it. And yeah, like I babysit like once a week and I don't get that much. And the amount that I spend on transport a week is like crazy. And then if it's like food, and I'm not even paying for all my meals, so it's my bank account really crying right now. So yeah, it's a tough life.
Staying not broke is a full-time occupation.
For real.
Yes.
Emma, what you up to right now? Besides podcast.
I am, apart from doing school. Good question, actually. What am I doing? I guess the podcast, but like
Outside of the podcast.
we already knew that. I play archery. I go shoot. I try to do once a week. I just started learning Wing Chun.
What's that?
What?
It's like, you know, Ip Man. It's like the martial art.
Mm.
Emma and martial
Yeah.
arts. Never really
That's
put that
cool.
together in my
Martial
head.
arts.
Yeah, my mom was like, we went to like go observe a lesson, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, seems
She
cool.
fell in love
'cause
with
it's-
Pogs.
Oh. No, but like what's interesting about them is like it's not really a hard contact sort of sport. It's more it's not so much like blocking blows, but it's like redirecting the energy from your blows back to the person who
Ooh.
like sent it your way.
Interesting.
So I thought that was like just really cool. It's like you send me bad vibes, I just check them and send them back. Yeah, it's like go back. And it's really funny because my mom was like in the car, she was like, "You're interested in this? I thought you'd be more into like kickboxing or something."
Yeah.
I was like, Mom. I'm sorry I give off baddie vibes, but
Is it like that scene in Kung Fu Panda when he gets shot with those cannonballs and he just like shoots it back?
I guess. I don't know.
Do you know the scene? Never mind.
No, but I don't know like what martial art that is.
That's like fiction.
It is fiction, but like
It's chi.
all art is inspired.
I don't know.
Question mark?
I don't
Question
know.
mark?
I know. Yeah, and I've been really into fish keeping. I got a fighting fish called ikan bilis,
Oh,
which is like, for those who don't know, it's like I think it's Malay, right?
Yes.
Ikan bilis is Malay. It's like a deep fried little crispy anchovy.
It's kind of dark.
So I named my fighting fish ikan bilis because I thought it would be funny.
It's like getting a pet pig and calling it bacon.
Exactly! Or like a cow and calling it steak. Or like filet mignon.
this is my cow.
Wagyu.
Filet mignon.
Yes, this is my cow filet mignon. It's like, what?
Why did you name
Yeah.
your cow?
Wait, but like, did you guys see this thing? I think it was like a Japanese, like a Korean guy who had this like, who bought this pig, and
Oh.
he like did like daily videos of it, and like when it turned 100 days old, he was gonna eat it, but he didn't eat it, and it made it look like he ate it, but like at the very end of the video, there's like a small text that's like, "I didn't eat the pig" or something like that. Like, so
What
he
if
basically.
just ate it and then just put the subtitles?
Maybe. Maybe. I'm hoping it's not, but I think it was like a social experiment on like how attached we are to our pets. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Everyone was like, no, don't eat it.
Yeah.
Eat stuff.
I have not seen this video.
That's surprising because like, I don't know. I feel like you're the kind of person that would be like, animals? They're gonna eat animals?
Oh, not exactly wrong, but like also you didn't have to call me out like that, homie.
Yeah. I really hope it's a social experiment and not him actually eating the pig. But you know what? He just ate another pig that was at the farm. So
That we're not emotionally attached to.
That we're not
That's the important part.
that's yeah. So it's all about emotional attachment, how invested you are in your food.
I feel like it might make people.
Emotionally detached people everywhere are laughing.
It would
Half
make people
pig.
think. It would make people think a little bit more about the stuff that they're consuming.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because they'll be like, oh, this is a pig like that pig, which I really like because I watch them every day on YouTube or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like especially if you think about it in a city context, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people have never really seen where their food comes from. A lot of them have never grown their own vegetables or really been to a farm, and most of them have definitely not seen a live pig or cow. So there's no association that, oh, when I eat beef or pork or chicken or whatever, it comes from an actual like living, breathing animal.
Mm-hmm.
And like I feel like the lack of association makes it easier to kind of mindlessly consume, and as a result of that, waste.
Yeah.
Especially with like fruits and vegetables and stuff.
There's like a chicken farm near there's like a chicken farm near my house, and like every night at like 11 p.m. the smell of chicken like shit just wafts into the house.
Oh.
It's disgusting, honestly. But you know what?
Oh,
We've
so
got
you're very aware.
I am
of where
very
chicken
aware
comes
of like
from.
I smell the smell, I'm like, oh, chicken. I get it. But yeah, I mean, the perks of living in the West, I guess, like you get to go and see those farms and everything. Like there are local
East
farm
side,
areas
west
here,
side, rise up.
and they like, you know, they're planting bok choy and like gailan and all this kind of stuff, and it's really cool. Yeah.
There used to be farms around my area, but it was mostly like plant nurseries and a couple of different, like an animal shelter, I think. But they recently got rid of all of the farmways, which we really thought they were going to keep to make space for like workers' dormitories.
Oh.
Or I think they were like building a bus depot. Or maybe it's like both workers' dormitories and a bus
Oh, wow.
depot.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, hey, come to the west. There's an SPCA and a bunch of fish aquarium and...
Yeah, the animal shelter I was
Vegetable
volunteering at moved to the west.
Oh, okay. Well, it's here now. It moved here recently.
Like
so
from a like 20-minute walk to like a 2-hour
Yeah,
MRT ride.
yeah. Okay. That was a very long tangent, but yeah. Do we want to kind of like wrap it up? It's like hit almost an hour ish.
Oh damn.
Wow, that was
Okay,
fast.
give or take, I guess.
Yeah, give or take. It's
'cause-
fine.
Yeah. How do we wrap this up? What do you guys want for lunch?
I'm hungry.
I see.
Okay. I guess we can kind of just end off by like where do you want to be like this time next year? What do you want to be doing? It doesn't have to be related to the podcast.
Wow,
Yeah.
it's deep.
Okay.
Big
Give
things
you
to
all a
think
second
about.
to think.
I want to be not broke. And
Wait, Emma, can you ask the question again? And then you can reply.
Okay.
Where do you want to be this time next year? It doesn't have to be related to the podcast or anything. Just like you as a person.
I want to be not broke, and I want to improve my time management and money management. Yeah, I think time management is a lot better than last year. Yeah, and improve in directing a conversation for the podcast because
I think for me, where I think I'll see myself probably doing exams or like preparing for exams because I want to get an education and I want to go to uni. But I think I'm still probably going to be like doing the producer stuff and for the podcast. And it'll be interesting to see like the kind of content that we'll make next year, especially with Emma being overseas and having a little, switch of like team members as well, with Meg leaving. But hey, there are new people joining. Not quite new, but yeah. And I think, I want to be like not very broke, but I don't see how that's gonna increase because it's not like I'm gonna have time to take on any other jobs. So you know what, someone, if you want to pay me just for fun, yeah.
Are you asking for shit?
No, if you know me personally, like my pay now is my phone number. So
okay, I can
I
give
did-
you ang pao.
give me $2 or something. No, it's fine. But yeah, I think 1 year seems very far away for now. I feel like I've got my life planned out till like next year June.
What?
Yeah, so we'll take things as it comes, I guess.
You plan your life for like 6 months ahead.
As in like the things that I know concretely, yeah. I'm gonna hopefully be living July onwards.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have no life plans whatsoever.
You never know.
Yeah.
I think like for me, hopefully I'd have applied to college. I don't know. Hopefully, okay, no. Not even applied to college. Hopefully I'd have completed my education by this time. And hopefully I would have applied to college either on like regular or late admission because of my time management. Hopefully regular, but you know me. Yeah. What about
For me, next year would be what, end of 2022.
yeah?
I'll probably be done with high school by then. So I be in a gap year, I guess, with nothing to do.
You're 15 and you're already like graduating.
That is really
before I am.
fast.
So fast. That's really impressive. There are homeschoolers who like just speed ahead, and there's homeschoolers like me who will be going to college like really late.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what I'm gonna be doing after. Yeah, probably maybe editing on the podcast, writing more, getting into the film industry a little, applying for university.
And
But
you
I
have to
really
do
don't.
national service as well, right?
Yes,
It's like a few years away still.
3 years.
Oh wow.
It's a long
Okay.
time.
So I have 3 years of nothing.
3 years of nothing.
Good
Go
for
get a job,
you.
make some money.
Yeah.
What about you, Megs?
I think for me, ideally would be in uni, whether it's locally or overseas. But if not, if that doesn't happen for whatever reason, I don't know, maybe I'll come back. Or, yeah, I think just find new things that I've always wanted to do but never had the time. And now I have no excuse not to do it, so...
That's true. That's true.
Rollerblading.
Rollerblade.
Rollerblading.
Rollerblading.
Yeah.
Maybe?
Maybe. All right. Is that it?
Yes.
Shall we wrap it up?
Yes.
Thank you so much for listening to the Socially Awkward podcast. I cannot believe it's been almost 3.
When this is released, it's
Ish.
going to be into our 3rd year. So we've
Oh.
completed
When
like
this
2
releases,
years
we'll be
already.
into our 3rd year.
Yeah.
So not to get sentimental and all that, but like thank you for
Why not? Why not? There's nothing
Get
wrong with being
sentimental.
sentimental.
Come on.
Get sentimental.
Okay,
Cry
okay,
some.
fine.
Emma.
Okay, to be entirely sentimental.
Give us the tears.
Thank you for like joining us on this journey. We're just a bunch of homeschoolers who like no, yeah, seriously, thank you for listening. Whether you're an old listener who's been here since day
Doesn't
one.
mean age.
Okay, old viewer.
thought she meant
Long-term viewer who's been here since like we first started, or if you're just coming on and this is the first thing you randomly clicked on, we appreciate you listening to us, and we appreciate you taking the time out of your day to listen to what we have to say. And yeah, just thank you for your support. And we will see you in the coming year. We cannot wait to show you what we have planned so far, and we'll just see where it takes us.
Yeah. And I think like doing something for 2 years and sticking it out for like the first 2 years is like always the hardest for anything, especially like for a project. And I think there are many times where this project seemed very intense. Like we're like, oh my gosh, like shooting 3 episodes and like so many YouTube videos in like in like a month was crazy. I don't know how we did that. I don't remember how that went down at all. But I think there are many people that, you know, really stuck it out with us. Like the team itself stuck it out together, which I thought was like great. And then like mentors who are like cheering us on, and then like John, who like did so much editing for like the first year and a half. Honestly, like I am doing some of the editing and I'm not doing everything. And at that point in time, he was doing everything because like I wasn't helping, Carl wasn't there, Emma wasn't editing anything, so he was like editing everything, which is like crazy. But
On top of his regular
day
as well.
job. So like now we know it's a passion because like he's doing it. And yeah, and
Yeah.
I am really excited to see where we're going this year because it's gonna be released in 2022. So stay tuned for that because we are gonna be doing things a little bit more remotely. You know, the team is gonna be in different places, and things can only go up. So yes. We're remaining hopeful.
Don't jinx it, but like, yeah.
Yes.
There have been times when it's like, oh no, why are we doing what we're doing? And then we remember that we have a very niche community to represent, and we're not like other girls. I can't believe I just said that.
Yeah, but I think like
it was going so well, and then I said we're not like other girls.
I can
We're
always
not
cut
like
it out.
other podcasts.
Not like other podcasts. No.
We're not like other.
With all
podcasts.
respect, we are not like other podcasts. But I think it has been really nice to be able to tell people that like, hey, I'm homeschooling. This podcast takes up a lot of my time, and hey, it talks about homeschooling too. So I think it's really helpful for even for myself, you know, as a resource that I can just tell people, hey, I'm homeschooling. You know, like if you want to find out more about what homeschoolers do and you're also interested in what I do, then hey, check out the podcast. And I think even if it doesn't speak to a lot of people, as long as it speaks to like the few and it's meaningful and it's helpful in their lives, I mean, it's fine, because that's why we started it anyway. And I'm thankful that we've, you know, kept on
Keeping on.
keeping on.
Continuing.
We have continued the podcast, holding on to this vision, I guess. So yeah, that's awesome, you
Yeah.
guys.